production. Sound production. Sound production.
This is Phase Ed Music.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another special episode here on the Lakers Outsiders YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook channels. I am Gary Kester. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be doing a little bit of film breakdown. So I'm going to highlight the Lakers' last game, which was Wednesday night, where they beat the Golden State Warriors in a very tightly contested game, 103-100. There were a lot of contributions to go around. There were many reasons why they won the game, but I wanted to highlight the play of Alex Caruso. We talked about this on our post-game pod, his impact both offensively and defensively in this game, and I thought it would be a fun little idea to try out something new and do some film breakdown, something I enjoy. I know we've done it before on the Lakers Outsiders YouTube channel, whether it's NBA draft prospects or something like that. We've done some film breakdown stuff. So let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this, and some ideas to make it better. If you prefer just kind of a video that's got editing and all that stuff, this might be a little clunky. Obviously, it's a first time for me doing it, but I'm hoping it's a fun idea, and way we're doing this live, we can kind of interact with you guys in the chat and just talk basketball, talk Lakers basketball, and kind of break down some film and stuff like that. And so I'm hoping this is going to be fun. Maybe something I want to do like once a week or so to start out, especially with the playoffs. I think it'd be a fun idea to break down some film and really kind of dive into what makes the team successful, or what maybe leads to them not being successful. So something I've always enjoyed, but let's go ahead and dive on in. Again, this is going to be highlighting Alex Caruso's impact on the Lakers' play-in win on Wednesday over the Golden State Warriors, who, if you guys just watched the Warriors Memphis Grizzlies game, instant classic there as well, and the Warriors actually got knocked out. So the Lakers didn't have to face that win-or-go-home situation, and Alex Caruso played a big part in that. So let's go ahead and just dive on into the film. All right, guys. So Alex Caruso he always brings elite defense to this team, right? Alex Caruso, I think you can make a case for him being on one of the all-NBA defensive teams. Frank Vogel has certainly tried. Some of Alex Caruso's teammates have certainly tried, and that we're going to be highlighting some of that. But really, in a game where the Lakers really, really struggled offensively in the first half, Alex Caruso was kind of a spark plug for him. He finished this game with 14 points on 6 of 12 shooting. 12 of his points were in the first half. He did hit 2 out of his 3 threes. He was a +4 for the game. Did play 30 minutes in this game, which was a testament to how well he played and his impact on this game. He normally plays about 21 minutes per game on average. So a pretty big, significant increase in his minutes. Had a couple of assists in this game, had 3 steals and a block shot. We're going to be highlighting kind of all that stuff and more. So let's dive on in. I don't know exactly how long this is going to be, but I've highlighted kind of some plays I want to look at and just kind of break down for you guys and show you his impact. It wasn't a perfect game by any means for any of the Lakers, especially including Alex Caruso, but Caruso had a massive, massive impact on this game. So this first play here, Lakers are down 17-10. As you can see, 10 points through the first 7 minutes and change. The offense really, really struggled. They weren't getting anything from their stars. And on this play, Alex Caruso, he had just checked into the game. He checked in with 5:12 left in the first quarter. He played from 5:12 in the first quarter through the end of the first quarter. Was his first stint. He did get some longer stints in this game. Again, probably just due to being rewarded for his play. So when you look at this play, you're going to see right here, Anthony Davis kind of doesn't set the screen. Anthony Davis slips the screen. Draymond's kind of already anticipating Caruso coming down here to the left. There's no help side defense here. Alex Caruso kind of recognizes this big gap right here. He's going to break down the defense here, and he's going to find LeBron. You can see KCP already kind of relocating to the corner here. Caruso's going to make the right read. He's going to skip out over to LeBron, who finds KCP in the corner, gets the Lakers going a little bit offensively with a big 3. As you can see, they kind of follow Caruso, LeBron. Look at all that space for KCP right there. Take that shot any day. Probably deserved a foul there as well, but he'll take that every single time. Let's rewind it back a little bit. Again, this is what he's looking at. So Drummond's not really open, even though he maybe could have flashed right here. But essentially, what Caruso does on this play is, with LeBron coming back in, obviously the Warriors paid a lot of attention to Anthony Davis. Draymond Green did a fantastic job with Davis and just in general in this game. Draymond was just an absolute nuisance for the Lakers with his defensive prowess. But Caruso makes the right read here. He draws an additional defender. Davis is covered. Drummond's covered. That's a really, really tight window to get over to KCP. So he makes the right read. He gets the ball to arguably the best player in the world. And you create essentially a 2-on-1 here with Mulder guarding LeBron and KCP. LeBron makes the right read. And Caruso doesn't get the assist here, but it's a little hockey assist and gets the Lakers 3 points on the board. All right. I apologize, guys. This is going to be a little clunky. That I've got these timestamped, but I can only do the kind of like condensed version of the game because the NBA kind of blocks these replays from being streamed. So, but on this play here, Caruso, it's a pretty simple play. The Lakers create another advantage here, and Caruso is going to get a wide open look at a three with a nice little ball fake to KCP in the corner, who just made one. So Golden State certainly aware of that, and Caruso uses it to his advantage. So Kuzma draws plenty of help defense. He's got a number of options here. Caruso gets his hands up, lets his man know, hey, I'm open, gives him a target. So they take away the pass to Anthony Davis, which, again, offensive basketball is, when you boil it down, it can be very simple. You want to create advantages, right? You want to create 3-on-2s, 4-on-3s, 2-on-1s. And that's what the Lakers do here. You've got Bazemore down here. So you got Caruso, you KCP. Bazemore's going to have to guard both of these guys, so he's going to have to make a decision. Do I want to let Caruso shoot, or do I want to let KCP shoot? KCP, a proven shooter. Caruso proved himself a lot as a shooter this year, improving to about 40% three-point shooter on the season. So you can't really leave Caruso open anymore because he has proven that he'll knock him down, and he hit 2 of his 3 threes in this game here. So as you can see, Caruso, plenty of space, little ball fake, gets Bazemore to kind of shift over to the corner here. Look at all that space. Easy shot, hits the 3, and just like that, like I said, Caruso checked in with 5:12 left in the first quarter, so in a minute he helped generate 6 points for the Lakers. That's huge. That's huge in a game that they really, really struggled. So, all right, let's fast forward a little bit here to the next play I have bookmarked. So this play, this is going to be defense to offense for the Lakers. Kuzma does a great job here. They trap. That's a great trap here. Trez is ready to kind of rotate, take that next pass. And then you've got, you're basically having 2 guys guard 3. But the Lakers, the rotation's good here. They're ready for kind of the pass, and Caruso can kind of move over. But the trap is so good that they get the ball out of Curry's hands. Kuzma takes it away. Great job of filling the lane here and not just running, down the middle or trailing. When you got a 3-on-2, you obviously want the ball in the middle. You want a guy on the right side, which they have with Trez, and Trez takes the attention of Bazemore. So Caruso, essentially with this kind of out of the play and this defender trailing behind, it's basically a 2-on-1 here. Kuzma makes the right read, gets the ball to Caruso, who uses his body really well. I think, honestly, he got fouled on this play, but didn't get the call. Does a great job shielding off the defender, a bigger defender. I believe that's Toscano Anderson. And going to the left hand here, gets it up and finishes. And doesn't get the N1, but does get the bucket. So great job there from Alex Caruso on the break. And the Lakers, just in general, turning defense into offense. Again, I apologize for this being a little bit clunky, but so what we're going to see here is some Caruso defense. Who doesn't love Alex Caruso on defense, right? So you can see the Lakers do a good job kind of helping, but they're at a disadvantage here. THT is going to have to rotate over. You've got a shooter open in the corner here, so Golden State has some options. What they try to do, they try and attack the basket. I believe this is Wiggins on this play. But look at Caruso getting back and helping the helper, right? Anybody that grew up playing basketball, you heard that phrase probably a billion times, help the helper. Caruso gets back, On the replay, it doesn't look like he gets a block, but he was credited for the block on this play, according to the play-by-play and the box score. This was his one block that he was credited for. So let's rewind it back just a little bit. We'll kind of slow it down. So just a pretty simple little in and out dribble from Jordan Poole. They set the screen. Caruso goes over the top, as he probably should with a guy like Jordan Poole, who is a good shooter and has been coming in. He came into this game pretty red hot, scoring the basketball and especially shooting the basketball as well, scoring at a very efficient clip. But Caruso trails, notices that Kuzma comes to help. So what he does is he's going to go help Kuzma's man and gets the weak side block. And the Lakers avoid a bucket right there. So really good job there by Caruso, helping the helper. He has a really good knack for doing stuff like that. Just his defensive awareness is really high, and it's something that jumps off the screen quite a bit. All right, so on this play, some more defense. I think he does a really good job of contesting on this play. You can kind of see Caruso right up here. As this play develops, kind of some spacing issues for the Warriors. Looney gets the ball over to Poole. Caruso goes over the top. Does a good job of contesting without fouling. Good job helping there by Trez as well. So something simple, nothing crazy there, but little things like that, especially when you're struggling offensively, can make a big difference because you got to really rely on your defense. And we saw the Lakers last year and this year be a very good defensive team. And they lean pretty heavily on it, especially when their offense goes into stretches where they really struggle to score. So highlighted this play as well. Another defensive play from Caruso. As you can see, jumps out, forces Wiggins into a kind of a tough shot. Wiggins, if he's shooting threes, you kind of live with it. If he's shooting contested threes, rewind it a little bit here and slow it down. You can see the offense was just quite a struggle for the Lakers in this game in the first half. But Poole kind of comes over, sets a little pick for LeBron. So they switch it. Caruso closes out hand high. There's a little bit of space there to work with Wiggins, but this is a deep three, and you trust that Wiggins doesn't have that kind of range consistently, although he does typically shoot much better against the Lakers for whatever reason. Typical for role players, right? Role players, the rim gets a little bit bigger whenever they play the Lakers for whatever reason. But closes out hand high, forces a guy that's not really known as a sharpshooter into a tough contested three, and the result, it's not even really close. So good job there by Caruso. With the help defense, a little switch between him and LeBron. They force a tough shot and get a stop. So the next play I wanted to highlight was his help defense on this play. So Lakers are down 8 at this point. Steph has Dennis Schroeder on him, and I'll talk about this in a little bit, but when Steph had Dennis Schroeder on him, you could see his confidence was a lot higher than it was when he had Alex Caruso guarding him. And that's not a knock on Dennis Schroeder, who I think is a very good defender and has proven to be a good defender this year. I don't know if it's maybe just a size issue or whatever, but Caruso, I thought, did a much better job defensively on Curry in this game than Dennis Schroeder and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope did. As evidenced maybe just by the matchup stats, Caruso did a good job just not allowing Curry to get shots up. The NBA matchup data shows that Steph Curry against Caruso as his primary defender only got 4 shots up, 2 of 4, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, and only scored 5 points. So that's huge because Steph scored 37 points in this game and shot 6 of 9 from the three-point line. So Caruso did a good job of not allowing him to really get shots up. And I think there were a few possessions where him and Anthony Davis did a great job kind of tag teaming and getting the ball out of Steph's hands and forcing him to be a passer and not a scorer. But on this play, you can see Caruso right down here. And I wanted to highlight his help defense on this play. So you can see he's kind of playing center field right here. The Lakers are obviously all the attention on Steph Curry, right? You got Draymond Green kind of rolling to the basket. Draymond is not a scoring threat, and the Lakers understand this. So they want the ball to go to Draymond Green, who is a good passer and a good guy to really survey the floor and make the right reads and stuff like that. But you can see here, Caruso playing center field, kind of steps up, is ready. But this does leave his man open. So Drummond actually does a really, really good job on this play. And Drummond gets a lot of flack from Laker fans. And some of it I think is a little unfair. He does a really good job on this particular play of rotating over, leaving the corner. And this is a tough matchup for Drummond just because the Warriors play small. They play Draymond at the center. They space the floor. And he's not really a big guy that's super fleet of foot and has to cover a lot of ground in a matchup like this. But he does a good job leaving the corner. Caruso stalls this pass just enough for Drummond to get over and block this shot. So we'll slow it down so you can take a look. Drummond gets over. And the Lakers secure the basketball, get a good stop there, and get going the other direction. So this play, like I mentioned, Alex Caruso brought a lot of offense for the Lakers in the first half of this game, scoring 12 of his 14 points. This is another one right here where he's going to hit a three. His second three, his final three of the game. But you can see Dennis Schroeder. So this isn't a great look right now for the Lakers. Down to 11 on the shot clock. Everybody's covered. Drummond's kind of taken out of the play here. Davis is on the opposite side of the floor. Draymond guarding him and is in no position to really cut or attack the basket. But this is pretty simple. Schroeder gets Steph up in the air, so it puts him in a position to attack. He draws the second defender, which is Bazemore right here. Makes the right read, gets the ball out to Caruso, who gets the ball up really quickly and hits the three. And the thing that was interesting about this is a lot of coaches, again, if you grew up playing basketball, you want the ball right in your shooting pocket, right? Like right kind of in your belt line to torso area to catch and shoot. A little more rhythm, a little more flow to your shot. This is kind of a tough shot because he doesn't catch the ball. He has to kind of dribble, but gets his feet set. He's on balance. Steph gets a little semi-contest there. The Caruso knocks it down and gets the Lakers back within 7. And then the final play of the first half I really wanted to highlight. It's another fast break for the Lakers. So we see a missed shot here. Lakers get a stop on one end. They do a really good job of pushing the pace. LeBron, best in the business at running the break. And this is where you kind of thank your big guys for running the floor. Anthony Davis kind of gets out in front. He's occupying 2 defenders. So the Lakers, it doesn't look great from a numbers perspective. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 against 4 defenders. So you got KCP trailing with Draymond back here as well. And you can see LeBron kind of peeking back on this play. See if I can slow it down so you guys can see it. LeBron is very aware of Draymond Green being behind him on this play. You see him, he takes a peek there to see, and I think he does it again. Right there. He's looking where Draymond is. So great recognition by LeBron there. But kind of rule number 1, right, of running a fast break is make a defender commit to you, because when you're on defense, the rule is stop the basketball. So LeBron obviously knows this. Defender rotates over, which leaves Caruso, and this is where Davis running the floor really, really helps because Wiggins can't really drop. So Wiggins is right here. He can't really drop down to this area to try and cover Caruso, who's flashing towards the basket. Basically, he can only go this way, right? So Davis running the floor here really helps this break. Oops. Run it again. Okay. So we'll slow it down. See Caruso running the break on the right side. Defender comes over. LeBron delivers. Perfect bounce pass. In rhythm. In stride. Caruso switches hands midair. Finishes with the left. Just a thing of beauty right there. The Lakers, when they turn defense to offense, are just absolutely deadly. So their transition game obviously is great with LeBron running the show. They got some fast guys, some athletic guys that can also run, and then of course you have probably maybe the best fast break big guy in the league with Anthony Davis. So Lakers do a really good job there, getting out on the break and Caruso finishing and getting them a bucket as they try to close the gap before halftime. Obviously they didn't. Steph hits a big three, and the Warriors went up 55-42, I believe, going into the half. So let's fast forward. Next play, wanted to highlight. And this next play that I highlight, I think, was a little bit of a turning point in the game for the Lakers because they had gotten within one, and then the Warriors kind of pushed the lead right back out. And they had a chance to really go on a little run here, I think, and put the Lakers in a really tough spot. As you can see, like I said, the Lakers got within one. I believe it was 57-56 at one point. And then Golden State pushed it right back out. So Drummond scores here, so it's going to be, I believe, on this next possession. So Steph hits the three, puts the Warriors up by 12. So on this play, Caruso actually loses the ball. Draymond Green gets a hand on it. Like I said, Draymond Green was unbelievably annoying, and I mean that in a good way. Defensively, just all credit to him. He was fantastic defensively in this game. Knocks the ball loose. Caruso still fighting for it. Winds up in the hands of Steph, but Caruso does a great job of knocking the ball out. Lakers gain the possession back. Like I said, this was to me a little bit of a turning point in the game. The Lakers really averted disaster here. This could have been a fast break for the Warriors to go up possibly 14 or 15. And instead, momentum kind of flips here a little bit. They got the steal. Caruso with the drive. Look at all this attention that he draws. So he has maybe a lob here to Davis. That's a tough pass to make because the defender might be able to take that away. He's got KCP backing up, but he finds Wesley Matthews, who was fresh off the bench and comes in cold and was ready to go and knocks down a three. Huge swing there. Like I said, could have been 14 or 15, and instead it's 9. That's a huge swing, and the Lakers badly needed something like that. Get them a little momentum, get them going a little bit, and the game was pretty different from that point on. They started to kind of chip away after that point, and really, like I said, averted disaster, not going down 14 or 15 on the play. So this next possession, LeBron does a great job here defending the inbound. See Caruso kind of out in front up here. LeBron, this is a tough pass to make. I believe he makes it with it. Oops. Clicking accuracy is not great. Makes it with his left hand, I believe. Gets it up to Caruso. So, we talk about advantages. 3-on-2. This defender, I believe, is Jordan Poole. But trailing the play, nowhere really close. So if the Lakers attack here, they can get an easy bucket opportunity. That's exactly what they do. So Caruso makes the right read. He's going to hit Kuzma, who does a good job. Like I said earlier, when you have a 3-on-2, you usually want a guy in the middle, you want a guy on the left and a guy on the right. They get the ball to the middle here to Kuzma. And then that essentially creates a 2-on-1. Draymond Green's trying to guard Kuzma and Anthony Davis here. Kuzma makes a great read. Dishes it over to Davis, and that's easy money. That all started with LeBron's defense, but he gets it up to Caruso, who gets another one of those hockey assists that I talked about earlier, and the Lakers get back within 6. And they're starting to chip away and get some momentum, get the crowd going a little bit, and that stuff is big. So Another great pass by LeBron. But the next play I wanted to highlight was some Caruso defense. He's guarding Steph Curry here. Does a great job. Him and Davis, I mentioned earlier that him and Davis really did a good job of tag teaming Curry a little bit and not allowing him to get off some more looks than he probably wanted to. I mean, this is just swarming defense. So they get the ball to Draymond, which is obviously who the Lakers want as kind of a non-scoring threat. They want him to have the ball, which the Warriors score on this, but I don't know how this play wasn't called for offensive interference, because Wiggins very clearly grabs the rim while the ball's kind of up above the cylinder and it's shaking. I don't know. But that defense right there on Curry, that's great. That's all you can really do against a guy like that, get the ball out of his hands. And I think the Lakers did a good job of contesting here. Probably, and you see the Laker bench was very upset that wasn't called. I think that should have been called. Should have been a stop, but ultimately kind of trust the process there. Good defense usually leads to good things, and down the stretch here, it certainly did. So next play I want to highlight is another beautiful LeBron James pass. It's going to be right after this possession here. So Lakers were within one. They get Steph, leaves Steph open, gets it back to 4. Lakers run a little pick and roll game here. They get the switch that they want. And so you got Steph guarding LeBron, so this is a mismatch, but Caruso does a great job of cutting and clearing out in this open area here. And this is a big difference with the Lakers playing with AD at the 5 rather than, Anthony Davis at the 5, and not having Andre Drummond out there. And it's another thing with Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol can space the floor as well as your center, but just having really one traditional big guy out there, I guess Anthony Davis isn't a traditional big guy, but he's a guy that can space the floor, and the Lakers are at their best offensively and probably defensively, in all honesty, when Anthony Davis is at the 5, and you can see why. Look at all this space. The Warriors did a great job of really packing the paint and really trying to prevent those easy opportunities for LeBron and Anthony Davis all game long. But here, Caruso does a great job cutting back here, and this is just a beautiful bounce pass to Caruso on the cut, who finishes, gets the Lakers back within 2 going into the fourth quarter. As you can see, just look at this pass. Just an absolute thing of beauty. Caruso with a great cut, finish, and gets the Lakers back within 2. And then to end the quarter here, again, Caruso and Anthony Davis just playing great defense on Curry, not letting him get free here. I'm just going to roll it in slow motion. So they've got him essentially trapped, right? Like they're all over him, 40 feet from the basket. They don't allow him to get the shot off. They get the ball to Draymond, and like I said, this is what they want. It's a wide open look, but Draymond is not a shooter. He doesn't want to shoot that shot. If he makes it, you tip your cap, but ultimately you're going to trust the percentages living with Draymond Green shooting threes against you. Just not a strong suit in his game. So we go to the fourth quarter now. See the Lakers start off with a stop. The play I want to highlight here, it's going to be on this very next possession after this play. So Kuzma gave the Lakers the lead there. Let's back it up a little bit. I believe this was the Lakers' first lead of the game. So they really dug in defensively in the second half and gave themselves a chance to claw their way back. But I want to highlight Caruso's defense here on Mulder. And it just does a great job. So he helps on the drive, kind of closes that off, although Davis did a good job staying in front. But you can see Draymond recognizes, okay, Mulder's man dropped down. I'm going to get it to him in the corner. So Caruso rotates out. Great closeout, hand high. Forces Mulder towards the baseline. He's just hounding him. knocks the ball free, comes up with the steal, gets the Lakers going in the other direction. Just great defense, great recognition. Roll it back one more time just to show kind of that help defense. So Mulder passes the ball. Just watch Caruso on this play. Takes away kind of this little cut. Little show and recover there as a help defender. Closes out to Mulder, who is a good shooter. All over him, just hounding defense. And you can tell Mulder was very uncomfortable there. Loses the basketball. Caruso comes up with it. One of his 3 steals in this game. Great job there by Alex Caruso. So this next possession, just some more Alex Caruso defense, which obviously was going to be his impact in the second half. He only scored 2 points in the second half, had 12 in the first half. Man, he was so good on defense in the second half. You can see doesn't finish there. Offensively, kind of struggled. His only 2 points were that backdoor cut, but another possession here where they did a great job on Curry, which allowed the Lakers to build this lead. It's 85-80 right now. An Anthony Davis jumper put it up to 87-80. But their defense really allowed them to do it, and Alex Caruso played a big part in that. So they run a little pick and roll. So AD's kind of switched out. Caruso, attention to detail, right? Draymond Green, you're living with him shooting the basketball here. The Lakers have everybody else covered. LeBron's kind of playing center field right here, so he's ready for if Draymond decides to crash down. Lakers are basically covering 3 guys with 2, almost like a little mini zone over here. As you can see, the Lakers are just going to try and trap Steph if they can. Get the ball out of his hands, which they do. Get the ball to Draymond, who throws a backdoor pass that Kuzma is all over. Kuzma does a great job. Kuzma was really good in this game too. Made some big-time plays defensively, and that's one of them right there. But that all starts with getting the ball out of Steph's hands, making him give it to Draymond, and basically letting the Warriors run offense through Draymond Green, which, again, Draymond is typically a pretty good passer, pretty good guy that can read the floor. But ultimately, you're going to live with Draymond Green beating you instead of Steph Curry every single time. So, all right. Let's fast forward here. Next play, the Lakers. It was looking kind of rough even with the run that they went on. So, situation here. 3 minutes left. Schroeder gets switched on to, or Schroeder was guarding Curry. Curry, notice how much confidence he had here and how much ease he scores here. Curry's going to make that probably 99 out of 100 times. And I'll highlight that in a little bit because you can see how Caruso has done a really good job guarding Curry, not only individually, but just utilizing his help as well, and not doing anything kind of too out of character, and just playing smart, disciplined, tough defensive basketball. So as you can see, the situation here, the Lakers are down 98-95, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. They obviously win this game 103-100, so they end on an 8-2 run, and Caruso made a couple of big plays that really helped spring the Lakers and make that run to finish this game. I also really like this lineup on the floor. I like the concept of having AD at the 5 with LeBron, and then 3 guards or wings, and I really like this combo. I thought Wesley Matthews was really, really helpful in this game, especially defensively. Made some really savvy veteran plays. And Caruso was obviously really good, and KCP hit some big shots for him as well. So Caruso ended up missing that shot. Let's go back. Let's go forward here. So this was the play that I think will get all Lakers fans fired up, right? All right, so he's picking up Steph about midcourt. And this is danger zone, right? The Lakers are down 3, 2.5 minutes left. The Warriors have the ball. If Steph hits a 3 here or something like that, all of a sudden you're down 6 with 2 minutes and change to play against a very good defensive team. And then, that's a pretty tough mountain to climb there in such a short time. So Caruso does a really good job picking up, because obviously when Steph gets across midcourt, he's a threat. But Caruso does a really good job. He has no help back here, so Steph realizes this, right? LeBron's starting to rotate now, but there's a lot of space over here on this side of the floor. Steph tries to cross over. Caruso with active hands knocks it off of Steph's leg, forces the turnover, gets the Lakers a huge, huge stop there. Take one more look at it. So just watch Caruso here defensively, sliding his feet, active hands, ready for the crossover, knocks it off Steph's leg, force the turnover, and then on the other end, the Lakers get Anthony Davis to the free throw line. This gets them back within one. And then on the next possession for the Lakers, as they come away with another stop on this possession, you can see Caruso just hounding Curry. Curry kind of gets away there. Got lucky that he missed that one. So this was actually the play, and again, I can't show the full game because the NBA kind of blocks it out, but obviously we all saw the pass to LeBron where he got hit in the eye by Draymond Green. That was set up by Alex Caruso, drawing Draymond, getting the ball over to LeBron, who had an opportunity to go up, draw the foul, gets to the free throw line where he would hit 1 out of 2. I'm a little bummed that I'm not able to... it doesn't show it on the condensed version here, but it's a great pass by Caruso. LeBron hits 1 out of 2, aiming for the middle one. Gets at least one to go, gets a tie game, puts a little pressure back on Golden State. And it's anybody's ball game at this point. 2 minutes to go, tie game. You can see Wesley Matthews drawing a foul there on Draymond Green. Again, savvy veteran plays, like I mentioned earlier. But then this play right here, this is huge for the Lakers. 1 minute and 37. You can see the shot clock, 6 on the shot clock down here. So they're running out of time on this possession. LeBron trusting Caruso the way that he does should say all that you need to know about Alex Caruso as a player, right? He's not just a meme. He's a damn good basketball player, and he continues to make big plays for the Lakers and be a very impactful role player. But LeBron gets the ball to Caruso, 5 on the shot clock here. But look at all this space right here. So he's going to beat his man off the dribble. He attacks the closeout. So he's got a couple of options off of that. We're going to slow it down a little bit. So when he beats this man, if Poole drops down, he's going to have Wes open for a 3. Poole doesn't really help out. Just kind of a little weak little show there. Draymond's going to roll over, but again, another advantage here. These two guys are staying home. Curry doesn't want to leave KCP wide open. And you obviously don't want to leave LeBron open either. So it's basically a 2-on-1 at this point since Caruso beats his man off the dribble. So it's going to be Caruso and AD, who does a great job of not just standing in the corner and settling for a jumper. He attacks the basket, and Caruso up against a very good defender late in the clock. Doesn't rush things, does a good job, does a really good job here of kind of not telegraphing the pass, kind of moving the basketball, scoops it under Draymond's hand there, gets the ball to AD for the dunk, puts the Lakers up by 2. And yeah, that helped the Lakers finish on an 8-2 run in the last 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Just a great, gritty performance for the Lakers. Digging deep. I think they really, really needed a game like this. It's been a while since they had to really crank the dial up to 10. Thanks to some heroics from LeBron with this 3 right there. Unbelievable shot. Even Steph couldn't believe it. But yeah, great stuff from Alex Caruso and the Lakers. Digging deep, finding a way to win this game because it was not pretty. It kind of reminded me of Game 7 of the 2010 NBA Finals, right, where the Lakers struggled. They're down double digits in the first half, and into the third quarter, kind of slowly chip away, get some momentum going. They get it close going into the fourth quarter, take a lead in the fourth quarter. The Lakers went up 7 in this game, and Golden State pushed right back, and the Lakers had to dig deep to make plays down the stretch and find a way to get it done. And some guys made some big plays. LeBron obviously was great. Anthony Davis really got it going in the second half and in the fourth quarter. And these other guys, everybody stepped up. The role players did a great job. I think KCP did great in the first half. Wesley Matthews was a game high for plus or minus, and it showed. It showed on the court, and just the whole squad did a great job of digging deep against a team that came in red hot and finding a way to win the game. So, Again, one thing I wanted to mention was highlight was the difference with Steph guarding, because we've looked at a few plays, right, where with Caruso guarding Steph and utilizing his help. Caruso did a great job in this game, really not falling asleep when Steph gave up the basketball. And that's one thing that Steph is so good at. When he gets rid of the basketball, he becomes a big threat because he's either going to flash to the basket or he's going to go back and go get it. Just when basically he notices when that defender kind of lets his guard down because Steph just got rid of the ball, and he'll get it back in an instant because he's able to create space by utilizing that defender falling asleep and getting a good look. Caruso did a really good job of kind of preventing that for the most part. Meanwhile, some other guys did not. Dennis had some struggles guarding Steph in this game, which is understandable. Steph Curry is just unbelievable, one of the all-time greats to ever play this game. But I wanted to highlight kind of some tape on kind of the difference. We've seen some possessions with Caruso guarding him, utilizing the help from Anthony Davis and things like that. So we're going to rewind this back. So one possession here. So you can see Dennis, maybe a little bit of a push off by Curry there. But this is usually the type of space that Steph wasn't getting with Caruso guarding him. Caruso just did a much better job in this game. And again, that's no knock on Dennis. I think Dennis is a really good defender. Just might have been a tough matchup for him. But Steph creates space. I mean, Dennis did a pretty good job. I mean, at least contesting on this play, which was said a lot more about this play, I guess, than some of his other plays in this game. But that is all the space that Steph needs. You give him that space, you see what happens. So that's one play kind of highlighting. So let's go to the third quarter now. So this is the play that got Drummond out of the game for good. But we can see here Caruso guarding Bazemore. We got KCP on Steph Curry. I'm going to set a little ball screen. Kuzma does a good job jumping out, getting the ball out of his hands. But this is where Steph is so deadly. And KCP's kind of out of position here. Lakers are in a tough spot because this guy, Toscano Henderson, can flash to the basket and kind of create a little 2-on-1 here with Mulder in the corner there, who's a good shooter. It puts West in a tough spot. But instead, Curry gets rid of the basketball. What does he do? Goes right back to get it. And look at how far behind KCP's already trailing. And Anthony Davis isn't really in a position to get out and contest this, but not many guys in the league are going to hit from there. So, again, not to knock KCP too hard on a play like that, but that's where the attention to detail, I think, that you see with Caruso is really, really, really good. So let's go to the fourth quarter. So one thing that really jumped out when I was watching this live was Curry seemed to be really struggling with Caruso guarding him to get shots off, and like I mentioned, the NBA matchup data had Curry only getting 4 shots up against Caruso. He hit 2 of 4, 1 of 2 from the 3, and scored 5 points. There was a stint in the fourth quarter between the 8:48 mark in the fourth quarter and the 5:56 mark where Caruso exited the game to get a breather. He had a pretty long stint before that. He went from 6:46 in the third all the way to 8:48 in the fourth. So pretty long stint for him. So understandably needed a breather. So we're going to go to the fourth quarter here and highlight Steph's play and his confidence level when Caruso exited the game. So 8:48 comes out. Great charge there by Wesley Matthews. So Anthony Davis, jumper puts him up. So now we've got Dennis Schroeder guarding Steph Curry. Curry became much, much more aggressive when he had Schroeder guard him. He gets Schroeder turned around a little bit, little step back. And again, this isn't a bad contest by Schroeder, but that's all the space that Steph needs. And I don't know what exactly it was. Maybe it was a size issue or size difference or whatever. But Steph looked much, much more confident and comfortable with Dennis guarding him as opposed to Caruso, who obviously utilized the help of AD and some other guys. But once Caruso checked out, you can see him on the bench over here, Steph went on a little run here by himself where he really attacked Schroeder. You can see he creates a little bit of space there, buries that triple. I mean, tough shot, but again, notice the comfortability level when Steph had Caruso guarding him as opposed to KCP or Dennis Schroeder. And then the final play, actually I wanted to highlight this play too, because Steph has Dennis guarding him again, beats him off the dribble, little scoop shot. Again, stuff he wasn't getting a ton of with Caruso. There was a play where he beat Caruso off the dribble and went in for a layup. But again, his aggressiveness just went to a different level when Caruso checked out of the game and he got Dennis matched up with him. There's just something about that matchup Steph must have liked, and he definitely took advantage of it for sure. So the last play I wanted to really point out to kind of highlight this. I think I might have shown it already, but... And this isn't to pick on Dennis or anything. Dennis made some big plays in this game as well. But Steph just being Steph here. This is so tough to guard. A little hesitation dribble kind of shows like a little shot fake. Gets Dennis up in the air. And again, Steph's going to make this probably 99 out of 100 times. So just a stark difference. Stark difference with Caruso guarding him and utilizing kind of that AD trap. Rather than Dennis playing him one-on-one. So Lakers did a nice job after this of, I believe Schroeder checked out of the game at that point, and they got KCP. Yeah, you can see the next possession out of the timeout, KCP in the game, which let Caruso take that assignment, take that over. And the Lakers showed on the scoreboard, right? Going an 8-2 run to finish, and they get the win, earn the 7th seed, and earn themselves a date with the Phoenix Suns starting on Sunday afternoon. So that's going to do it. Again, great pass there by Caruso. Got the Lakers a big bucket. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this format. Obviously, it's going to be a little cleaner, a little smoother if I just do a video and edit it and all that stuff. But I like being able to do this and being able to maybe interact with some of you guys in the chat. Jacob, big game KCP. KCP has shown multiple times that he can come through for this team when they need it the most. So I don't doubt KCP. I really don't. I feel like playoff KCP is kind of a thing now. I guess this isn't technically the playoffs, but he showed up I guess he probably gets an assist on that play right there. But yeah, KCP made some big shots. Where's Hani? Is he too cool to do film breakdown? Hani's just too cool to do everything. Except for eat a Popeye's chicken sandwich. He's not too cool for that. One of the best passes of Caruso's career. I'm assuming you're talking about the pass to Davis. Yeah, Caruso this year, and I guess we can talk one last thing. We can talk about the Lakers' defense in general on this last possession. And I like this play by Caruso. It doesn't get the Lakers an offensive rebound, but they just about sealed this play just because he comes in, keeps the ball alive. They just aren't able to corral the rebound. Would have basically sealed the deal. But yeah, Caruso has improved in a number of areas this year. Obviously, he's been great defensively. We've seen that for a few years now. But offensively, the shooting has gone up 40% from the three-point line. We've seen some playmaking chops from him as well. As I highlighted in this game, only a couple assists, but had a couple of hockey assists. And that stuff doesn't show up in the box score. So, NBA Twitter had their jokes that, he was just a meme and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, Alex Caruso is more than a meme. This dude has earned himself a paycheck this summer, and I hope it's with the Lakers. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Caruso get $12 to $15 million a year, maybe over 2 or 3 years or so, with the cap going up, with fans getting back in the stands and stuff like that. I don't know. I just hope he stays in the purple and gold because he's a difference maker. He's absolutely a difference maker, and I think he should be part of this closing lineup. And this closing lineup that they have on the floor right here that I mentioned earlier, Caruso, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Wesley Matthews, and KCP. Really, really like that lineup. There's a number of different ways that you could go with that. I mean, you could swap in like Kuzma for Wesley Matthews if you need to guard maybe a bigger scoring wing. You could have Dennis out there, maybe if it's a more favorable matchup for Dennis. You can go a number of different ways, but I really like the combo of AD at the 5 and then a lot of speed and switchability defensively around him. So just highlighting this last play, and then we'll kind of get out of here. So Caruso, interestingly enough, they didn't start Caruso on Curry on this play, and you see Wiggins down here. The Lakers almost ignore Wiggins on this play. They leave him open in the corner. That is a tough pass to make over LeBron. But the Lakers, obviously, they're watching where's number 30, and how can we make sure that he does not get the basketball in this play. So Anthony Davis, you can see, well aware of that. He's looking right at Curry. And there's 2 seconds left, so anything inside here, you just allow to happen. You're watching the three-point line. So really right now there's only 2 threats. You got this guy and you got this guy, but Curry is coming up. Obviously, that's who the play is for. Anthony Davis does a great job. Caruso's taken away. I believe it's Jordan Poole over here. And so that's not an option. This was really the only option on this play, which that's a long pass to make, and KCP probably has some time to recover and get over there. But Lakers leave Wiggins. They force that's a really tough pass over LeBron, and with AD there and his length and his reach. And Curry tries to one-hand it, but the pass is off target, and the clock runs out. And that's all she wrote. The Lakers win, get the 7th seed, and move on. So, again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. If you like this type of thing, I would like to do something like this, like once a week or so, to start out. And I apologize if it's a little clunky. Again, it's a little easier when you can edit the video and stuff like that and add effects and whatnot, which I'll look to do some of that more in the future as well. But wanted to try something new, so hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to try and do this again tomorrow with a little preview of the Phoenix Suns game. Phoenix Suns game 1, I guess Phoenix Suns series. I'm excited for that series. The playoffs really start now for the Lakers. We got 2 days essentially until that starts, but the run to defend the crown is officially underway. So again, let me know what you guys think. Thanks to those of you that watched and followed along. Really, really appreciate it. appreciate you guys' support. When I do these, I'll be doing these up on the three live stream platforms that we utilize: Facebook.com/LakersOutsiders, Twitch.tv/LakersOutsiders, and then you can subscribe to us on YouTube as well. And you can, if you ring that bell, you'll get notified every time we go live, which we'll be doing after every playoff game. And whenever I do stuff like this, little film breakdowns and stuff like that, you can jump on in and we can talk some Lakers basketball in the chat and all that fun stuff. And I enjoy doing some stuff like this. The film breakdown aspect of it, I've always really enjoyed. So I'm looking to do more of that during this playoff run, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So that's going to do it for this time. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to follow and subscribe on those three streaming platforms that I mentioned earlier. You can follow me on Twitter at Gary Kester, and you can follow my personal Twitch account, just twitch.tv/swishgk. I'll be always down to talk sports, hoops, whatever it is over there while I'm gaming it up. So, all right. I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy your guys' Friday night. Enjoy your Saturday, and then Sunday, Lakers versus Suns, Game 1. We'll be live after the game. Looking forward to talking about it, hopefully talking about a Laker win, and looking forward to chatting it up with you guys. So have a good night, everybody. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you guys next time.